Hello friends, welcome back. In previous tutorial we studied about active attacks and passive attacks. In this tutorial we will study about security services. So first of all we will discuss about security goals. There are three security goals: confidentiality, integrity and availability. So first I'll discuss the confidentiality. It is the most important aspect of information security. We need to protect our confidential information. An organization needs to guard against those malicious actions that endanger the confidentiality of its information. For example, in the military, the concealment of sensitive information is major concern. In banking, customers' accounts need to be kept secret. In the industry, hiding some information from competitor is crucial to the operation of the organization. Confidentiality applies not only to the storage of the information, it also applies to the transmission of the information. The next security goal is integrity. Now I will discuss about integrity. So what happens that information needs to be changed constantly. We know that. So integrity means that the changes need to be done only by authorized entities and through authorized mechanisms. Integrity violation is not necessarily the result of the malicious act. An interruption in the system, such as a power surge, may also create unwanted changes in some information. Now, the next security goal is availability. The information created and stored by an organization need to be available to authorized entities. Information is useless if it is not available. The International Telecommunication Union, Telecommunication Standardization Sector, ITUT, provides some security services and some mechanism to implement those services. So, in this tutorial, we will study about security services. So, what happens? ITUT X.800 has defined 5 services related to security goals and attacks. First one is data confidentiality, second is data integrity, third is authentication, fourth is non-repudiation, and fifth is access control. We will study about all these security services one by one. So first of all we will study about data confidentiality. Now what happens? First we will study about this service, data confidentiality. Data confidentiality is designed to protect data from disclosure attack. The service as defined by X.800 is very broad and encompasses confidentiality of the whole message or part of a message and also protection against traffic analysis attack. Now, what happens? The next security service is data integrity. Data integrity is designed to protect data from modification, insertion, deletion, and replaying by an adversary. It may protect the whole message or part of the message. Now, the next security service is authentication. This service is concerned with assuring that the communication is authentic. In case of a single message, the function of the authentication service is to assure the recipient that the message is from the source that it claims to be. Right? So what happens in the case of single message? The function of the authentication service is to assure the recipient that the message is from the source that it claims to be. In case of an ongoing transaction such as a connection of a terminal to a host, 2 aspects are involved. First, at the time of connection initiation, the service assures that the 2 entities are authentic. That is, each is the entity that it claims to be. Second, the service must assure that the connection is not interfered with such a way that the third party can masquerade as one of the two legitimate parties for the purpose of unauthorized transmission or reception. In connection-oriented communication, it provides authentication of the sender or receiver during the connection establishment, right? So it is called peer entity authentication. And in connectionless communication, it authenticates the source of the data, right? And it is called data origin authentication. Now, the next is non-repudiation. So first of all, I would like to tell you about the type of attack called repudiation. So what happens in a repudiation? It is a different type of attack, and it is performed by one of two parties in the communication, either by the sender or by the receiver. So in this type of attack, which is called repudiation, what happens? The sender of the message might later deny that she has sent the message, or in this case, the receiver of the message might later deny that he has received the message. The next security service is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation service protects against repudiation by either the sender or the receiver of the data. In non-repudiation with proof of the origin, the receiver of the data can later prove the identity of the sender if sender denies. In non-repudiation with proof of delivery, the sender of the data can later prove that the data were delivered to the intended recipient. Next security service is access control. Access control provides protection against unauthorized access to data. The term access in this definition is very broad and can involve reading, writing, modifying, executing programs, and so on. So in this tutorial, I have discussed about security services. I have discussed about security goals. In next tutorial, we will study about security mechanism, right? So what happens is there are some security mechanism to provide the security services. So about security mechanism, we will study in next tutorial.